Prime Minister Modi brought us a gift, a very, very good toffee. Man.
Imagine you're the Prime Minister of Italy. You have just hosted one of the world's most powerful leaders for a high-level diplomatic dinner at Rome. Cameras are rolling, the world is watching, and then he pulls out a packet of toffees. Not a rare artifact, not a signed treaty, a packet of melody toffees, the kind you would find at an Indian kirana shop for a few rupees. That was the moment that broke the internet this week. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on the last leg of his 5-nation tour, handed Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni a packet of melody chocolates and smiled. Meloni laughed, looked at the camera and said, "Prime Minister Modi brought us a gift, a very, very good toffee melody." That clip, shared by Meloni on Instagram, crossed 100 million views within just a few hours. By the time he got here today, that number had climbed past 190 million, making it the most watched video on Meloni's Instagram ever. She has 6 million followers. The video had more views than her entire following 3 times over. And on X, it racked up another 7.4 million views on top of that. Now, here's the fun bit. The moment was so big, it actually moved the stock market shares of Parle Industries, which has nothing to do with melody chocolates. By the way, hit the upper circuit, people just heard Parle trending and started buying. The actual melody makers, Parle Products, is unlisted, but Blinkit and Zepto, they reportedly ran out of melody toffee stock within hours. Diplomatic visit and it caused a confectionery shortage.
Well, I think it's a moment of immense pride for all of us at Parle Products. When Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji gives, Parle Melody to world leaders, I think it's a powerful testament of the potential of Swadeshi brands on global stage.
This is what people are calling the melody effect. The word melody, a mashup of Modi and Meloni, has been an internet thing since 2023, when Meloni posted a selfie with the Indian Prime Minister at COP28 using that very hashtag. Then came G20 in Delhi, then G7 in Canada. Every time these two leaders are in the same room, it goes viral. But nothing has come close to this melody moment. And what makes it special is not just the humor, it's the contrast. Here is the world leader carrying the weight of diplomacy, trade negotiations, bilateral agreements, and he chose to lead with something small, warm and deeply human. A toffee that every Indian kid has grown up eating. That's soft power in its most unscripted form. But the toffees were just the opener, because what Modi actually brought Italy tells a far richer story. For Meloni herself, he brought 2 silk stoles from both India's northeast. The first, a Muga silk stole from Assam. Assam's so-called golden silk, one of the strongest natural fibers in the world, produced without artificial dyes and known to deepen in luster the more you wear it. The second was inspired by Shirui lily, a flower that blooms on exactly one peak in Manipur, sacred to Tangkhul Naga community and found nowhere else on earth. And PM Modi knew his audience. The lily also holds deep meaning in Italian Renaissance art, where it represents grace and refinement. That was not coincidence, that was homework. Let's move on to Italian President Sergio Mattarella. Modi brought him a marble inlay work box, hand-carved in Agra using a technique called pachikari, also known as pitra dura. Here's the beautiful irony. This art form did not originate in India. It came from Florence, Italy, before it crossed continents, settled under Mughal patronage in Agra and became the craft of the Taj Mahal. Modi gave Italy back a piece of its own artistic history, reimagined in Indian hands over 4 centuries. Alongside the box, he placed CDs of Pandit Bhimsen Joshi and MS Subbulakshmi, arguably the greatest voices in Hindustani and Carnatic classical music respectively. A quiet, elegant way of saying this is what India sounds like. But here's the thing, Italy was just one stop on a 5-nation tour. And the further you go through the gift list, the more you realize just how deliberate every single choice was. In Sweden, Modi presented PM Ulf Kristersson with a handcrafted Shanti Niketan messenger bag and works of Rabindranath Tagore. Shanti Niketan bag being Tagore's abode of peace, where folk craft and global thought merged into something uniquely Bengali. Alongside that, a pashmina stole from Changthang Plateau in Ladakh, handspun from the under fleece of a goat that survives some of the most extreme cold on earth, and Loktak tea from Manipur, grown in community-led chemical-free gardens around Loktak Lake. 3 gifts, 3 completely different corners of India. Norway's Crown Prince received a kalamkari painting, the ancient hand-painted textile art of Andhra Pradesh, with sun and moon motifs representing cosmic balance. Queen got a palm leaf patachitra from Orissa. Integrate narratives engraved on palm leaves, one of India's oldest surviving art traditions. And Norwegian PM Jonas Gahr pressed orchid paintings and orchid paperweights made from flowers and ferns of Sikkim, a gift that literally carries the landscape of the Himalayas in it. In the Netherlands, Modi gifted Dutch PM a Madhubani painting with a fish motif. The G-tagged folk art from Bihar's Mithila region is traditionally practiced by women drawing from mythology and daily life. King received blue pottery from Jaipur, that distinctive Corbett blue craft made not from clay but from quartz powder and glass. And Queen was presented with meenakari and kundan earrings from Rajasthan. To UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed, a Rogan painting with the tree of life motif. This is a textile art so rare that only one family in all of Gujarat still practices it. Along with that, Kesar mangoes and Meghalaya pineapples, both G-tagged, both irreplaceable. And then there were the gifts for FAO Director General, which may have been the most quietly powerful gesture of the entire tour. Modi gave him a curated basket of India's finest indigenous rice varieties. Red Mata from Kerala, Gobindo Bhog from Bengal, Basmati from the Indo-Gangetic plains, Joha from Assam and Kala Namak from UP. The one they call Buddha rice, grown in the Tarai for over 2000 years. To the head of the UN's food organization, Modi was saying something very clearly. India's agricultural diversity is not just heritage, it's the future of food security. So what does all of this add up to? A packet of melody toffees that made 190 million people smile, silk from a flower that blooms on one mountain in Manipur, a marble art form that Italy invented and India perfected, rice varieties older than most nations, tea from a lake in the northeast that most people could not find on a map. This was not gift giving, this was storytelling. Each object carried a geography, a community, a history and a message that India is not one thing, it is everything all at once. And sometimes the most powerful way to say that is to hand someone a toffee, smile and let the world watch.